Well, there it is. Hi guys, welcome to another Warcraft III Reforged video. This time we'll be taking a look at the demon models, including Archimonde, Corrupted Hellscream, and Manaroth. Over at Wowhead, they have released an article which basically shows off the more detailed models of these devilish demons. So they look incredible. They say we're having tons of fun covering Warcraft III Reforged, and as you may have noticed, we've been improving the quality of our models in the past few days. We now have the high definition models of demon characters for you, including Archimonde, Corrupted, Grom, Hellscream, Manaroth, and the Queen of Suffering. The Chaos models shown below are when Grom drinks the corrupted demon blood in Ashenvale to gain the upper hand against Cenarius by drinking the blood of Manaroth once more. Grom and the rest of the Warsong clan are once again enslaved by Manaroth. So let's start off with Archimonde. Let's see if he's a little bit big, a little beefier. Maybe they worked on that. We're going to have to definitely go into large size, I think, for a lot of these, just so we can truly appreciate just the depth. Oh, that is much better. There is a sheer look of cold, just killer instinct in Archimonde. The helm, or not so much the helm, it's just his forehead, but it looks very heavily armored, very similar to the original as well. It looks kind of sort of like plated in a way, so that's coming across. It's got a couple of tentacles. The only downside of the tentacles, it looks like they kind of blend into his skin, so they haven't quite got them to rest on his chest, although his chest looks like it's pumped up a bit. It doesn't look like it's truly finished, the chest section, if I'm being honest, although those abs are to die for. Like, what are those abs? Those are like the next level of abs, aren't they? So I think the chest is kind of there. It looks a little bit molded though. The biceps are pretty powerful. The armor itself gleams very beautifully in a sort of macabre, dark manner. So those legs, very strong, commanding. He's looking much better in my opinion. Much more similar to Archimonde. Perhaps it almost looks a little bit too much like he's wearing lipstick though. So I don't know how you would tone that down or fix that issue. He doesn't have a six-pack, he has a 12 blob. Yeah, kinda. I think it just comes down to what they can actually do with the detailing. And not bad, not bad. Still, I feel like there is some work to be done there. This guy is the Eredar Lord, I believe. Looks pretty incredible, to be quite frank with you. This is just Eredar that you hire, I believe. I don't believe he will necessarily be in the campaign. Most likely probably will be in some section, but I think you can hire him as a mercenary. That face tentacle is either really good or either really bad. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm somewhat leaning towards bad just because it gives him a faceless one appeal, which not necessarily fits in purely with demons. But it is different, at least. Maybe it just needs to be slightly worked on so it looks like it's more natural. If not, then just cut those off. So, Eredar Warlock. So it was Eredar Warlock, not Lord. kil'jaedon. Now this is a model people are pretty excited about. Oh, wow. He's got his head slightly cocked to the side as well, it looks. So there's some menacing going on there. Sort of like the fiery scar above his eye is more reminiscent, but I don't feel like it quite fits exactly. I feel like it should come down a bit more. Looks pretty darn good though. Very fiery. So the armor is really nice. It's different to the other armor types from the other Eredar, but it works, I think, for kil'jaedon. He has much more of a Diablo vibe to him. So, for me, this works in a lot of aspects. But I'm never quite completely sold on the face. From the back, he looks more similar to Sargeras, I think. Although I haven't seen too much of Sargeras. But the sort of like the whitish hair. Interesting. Sort of white/grey. Moving on to the next. We have the Queen of Suffering. So, very, very powerful mercenary unit that you can actually pick up on some cases. I love the sort of two-coloured tone horn. Almost like it's dripping with venom and therefore a little bit of evil. She is incredibly seductive. So she is doing her job, that's for sure. I don't think we can argue with that one. She's going to be a highly played model in many custom games, I would imagine. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Okay, so this one is the File Temptress. So she is more into the early Warden Bondage style. I like how it's got like a pointed part to it, the whip at the tail end of it. Just gives it a bit more flair. She looks like a night elf that is cosplaying and has got a little bit too serious with the SMM. But pretty amazing, to be quite frank with you. Gigum, thank you very much for this sub, saying Kikau. Now this is another one, so I'm just going to scroll down to see the names a bit easier. File Tormentor, so another torturous looking Draenei style evil. Wow. I love the weapons. Like, it just gives her a completely different flair on top of the fact that she obviously has like different sort of leg style as well. So she's more of an assassin style combat. Very nice. Now we got Felguard. They got these giant shoulder pads and the weapon itself, which I think is going to indicate the color of the player. So Blizzard are doing a better job of trying to identify the player color, because these were some of my earlier complaints, is that we're not going to see what the hell these models, or who these models belong to player-wise. But I can imagine this being a big blue, this blue, or on the hilt part blue. So this part, maybe not, but it would still be cool. I'm fine with it being quite heavily coloured. I know they want to go like realistic, but remember this is still actually a game that you have to play. So for gameplay aspects, it will be very important to get that colouring in. Okay, so taking a look at a Chaos Grunt. I don't know if the face looks grunt-like enough. Is it just me? It doesn't remind me of the old grunts. I know he's obviously twisted and changed, and he looks cool. But I'm not completely sold on the face, as usual. Very beefy, very powerful. I mean, they are the Chaos version, which is like when you really start to go down a dark path with the Legion. So they would be more corrupted and changed. This is Grom, looking very devilish. Got green fell within his veins. Definitely, he's drunk too much of the juice. Very good. I just want them to look more red in general. Oh, the poor Kodo looks like he's been corrupted more than anyone else. So you got the Fell Orc on the top. No longer this kind of greenish colour that they've got in the new models. It's been sort of more of the original stony grey. But the feet and the horn has been obviously taken down. Thank you very much there, Kitson. 52 months. They better change Grom's attack animation to two-hand swing. Yes, I have seen his attack animation. He just constantly like one hands all the time. So, work in progress, I hope. Let's scroll down a bit. Chaos Peon. Is this guy ever going to look menacing? I think he looks too much like he belongs in the Warhammer universe. Especially with that little helmet. I know he's supposed to like kind of like gimpy and silly, but... And that does kind of work. He does. He just looks like he's in the Warhammer universe. It's probably purely because of that helmet for me. So there's the dude on the horse, but he's like green, so he's not gone too far down that road. Then we got the Fell Raider. That helmet on the wolf is pretty terrifying. And his sword is just even bigger now. So there's another cheeky succubi. There's the Chaos Warlock. Very heavily armoured. They just look insane, these models. I feel like that's almost a hero type character. Like, in comparison to their original goofy selves. Let's see if I can find it. Warcraft 3. Chaos. Warlock. I don't know if I'm going to find what I'm after. Ah, there we go. Look, this is what they look like. They got such a goofy look. You're literally going from like that to that. Wow. I mean, what a transition. And I mean, he looks like a bloody hero with all of that detail. It is pretty incredible. Let's close stuff to the right. Okay, another cheeky one. So this, instead of the pink daggers, so a little bit of reusing, but that's fine because she just got different colouring. So this is one that people are going to maybe have an issue with. It's the Doom Guard. So I actually don't dislike it that much. I think it's different enough from the other demons that he stands on his own two hoofs. The face is a little gimpy. Doesn't look quite so menacing. But the rest of him is pretty similar to how you would assume a new modern version of the Doomguard would look. I mean, look at the widespread wings. Like, bear in mind that the original Doomguard also looked pretty stupid as well. Like, seriously, I'll show you as well. So, you can criticize this all you like, but the original one wasn't perfect. Warcraft 3 Doomguard. So that's like a World of Warcraft one. So there you go. It's funny how I zoom in, it actually gets further away. Alright, let's just come off of that. So you got that to that. So he looks kind of silly and goofy there anyway. His horns are completely different though. And he's not wearing anywhere near as much armor in the HD version as opposed to his original counterpart. And obviously, once he's got like a green glowing weapon, it might look more reminiscent of the original. So there's the close-up of the face. And there's the model itself. So I'm not really too against this. If anything, I guess his body needs to look even bigger. He still looks strong, but he looks more like a kind of humanoid. Whereas if they bulk up the rest of the body to match the size of the head, because the head is obviously very large there, which it is as well originally. But if they make him a little bit wider, it might be more reminiscent of the original Doomguard. Quite imposing. So, moving on. We have like another Eredar Warlock type model. I like these guys. They kind of reminded me a little bit of how the Dreadlords might look. Like, we're going to get different flavors of the Dreadlords. And I can't wait to see those models. And if you enjoy looking at this stuff, make sure to thumbs up the video. That definitely helps a lot. Subscribe to the channel for more Warcraft 3 news. This guy just looks pretty damn awesome. There's like quite a lot of personality in that face, despite how sort of non-expressive it is. This guy looks more like a Felon type model. Obviously, if he turned evil, he reminds me more of Felon. Very nice. Ah, another beefy Felguard. Yikes. Look at that. This guy's been taking steroids. Those shoulder traps. So he is just molded and ready to go. That weapon would pretty much destroy you. And the giant spiked shoulder parts, just very reminiscent of the original. So pretty much spot on. The helmet is cool as well because it's very much similar. They have definitely been taking some juice. Here are the very scary looking fell hands. The legs obviously still aren't quite right, so they can't be finished. I can't imagine that's how those legs are going to look. Let's get a cheeky look at those legs. That's got to be difficult to support your weight. Moving on to what I think all... I don't know why, and I need some sort of reminder or something. This guy, is he the first guy that you fight with as Arthas alongside Uther in one of the early human campaigns? Is he that Blade Master that's causing trouble? Or was that Blade Master green? Because where this guy fits in, I can't remember exactly. He looks incredible, and I wish the other Fel Orcs had the same skin tone, but I don't know why Blizzard make it so they can't look like this guy. Is he like more corrupted than them? So he has to be a darker red? Or a brighter red, so to speak. Oh, the original one was green. Okay. So, why don't they look this red? Like, he's still got like a skin tone to him. So he's not like pure bright red, as I would even like him to be even more. But he's far more like I feel the Fel Orcs should look than they currently do. So, yeah. I want them to look like this, and it still bugs me. Wow, look at that weapon. Is this the Pit Lord that we get from the tavern? Because I think it is. It's a very different looking version of the Pit Lord in terms of the face style. The weapon's really nice though. And the overall body is just fantastic, I think. And that purple skin is very cool. I like that. Look at that. Yikes. This guy's really cool. Definitely works for me in a lot of ways. Barney the Pit Lord. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So the CrossFit Infernal looks better than he has done in previous images. I actually kind of like the color tone, specifically the green on the granite style stone that he is made of, but I don't like the shape, and I don't think that's going to change. It's not similar enough to the original, which looks a bit bigger, bulkier. This guy's obviously big and bulky, but he looks too lean. He looks like an athlete, whereas the other one was just like a kind of bodybuilder slash powerhouse. So I like the design in many ways, but it's not my Infernal. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. We're going through quite a lot here. That's the Hero Pit Lord, Magferidon. So you got Magferidon and then Manaroth. Definitely going to need a look at this. Wow. Very cool. That is a very scary looking face. The lighting isn't quite there yet, so we can't see it in all of its glory. The nice tone on the wings, though. Moving on to our boy Manaroth, who in this case is a lot lighter in color. I like that he looks more grotesque, at least, in the face, which is kind of how he should be. He should be an absolutely vile character. This part is spot on. The weapon still isn't right, though. I don't know why they've taken so much liberty with changing the original. Although some people think it looks okay, but he doesn't have the beard. For me, it doesn't look like Manaroth, but that's the direction they want to go. I love the weapon. It's spiked club, and he's nicely armored. He's got like antlers, as if he's like almost on a stag, but it's a horse. This guy I actually really like. I've said it before multiple times because we've seen some of these models, but oh, he's got more of a kind of infernal skull look this time. I feel like his face has changed to look more sort of bony, which I'm not as happy with. But I love the model itself, the sheer strength, the gold and white, and the giant hammer. So that's absolutely fine because he's still got his own flair. Why is it golden though? Why not? Like the Archimond and the other Eredar are sort of like rolling around with sort of golden plates. So speaking of which, that's it. There's your boy Archimond. So he's kind of got like that goldish look. So there you go. There are the demon models. They actually look really nice. I just want things to look more demonish. So specifically for the orcs, the grunts look very demonish, but they're not. It's the skin color that really bugs me. They just need to be a bright, vibrant red. Please give me that. I'll be very happy. Archimond, Much more improved. Still needs work though. The same for kil'jaedon. So a lot of this is really good. Just maybe needs a little bit more oomph. If you guys know what oomph it needs, feel free to write that down in the comment section below, and thumbs up, because that helps the video and the channel. And make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this content, because there's more of it coming. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.